Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Meet the Shoe podcast, Shackle History Unleashed. I'm Sade.
I'm Nina.
And yes, we're here with another episode, and it is on fire. Everything that's been going on in the last week.
Now,
Um,
I have a question. Now, they keep saying that Kamala isn't black. Do
right.
you know exactly what she is? They keep saying Jamaican,
hmm
and then what is it, Indian, right?
Yeah, I'm as curious to find out her ethnic background.
Yeah, let's look that up real fast while y'all's watching because they keep, okay, we'll get into it in a second about the Charleston White interview and Judge Joe Brown's interview. Now,
Oh,
they're
God.
stating that she's not a black woman, and she looks black, right?
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that she is just because that's the way that she
Right.
looks, right?
Right. But the whole thing is when they say you have 1 ounce of black in you, you're totally black, considering uh, from other naysayers. They
Yeah,
say you get 1 ounce of black, your father's, especially if your father's black, you're black. You are what your father is. So they have in Google search that she's Indian and African American.
okay, now they're saying African American, but
hmm
she's from Jamaica.
And she's the blackest of black. Then, if she's from Jamaica, Jamaican people are black that derive like from West Africa, the Igbo tribe. Most Jamaicans. That's where you know the slave trade and began, and a lot of those people were sent to Jamaica. Jamaica.
Right,
So,
they consider
um,
her an American politician, right?
hmm hmm
And they're saying that she is a Jamaican descendant on her per, parental
hmm
side, Indian descent
hmm
on her maternal side.
and so her mother is Indian, like Indian from India.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now that's good
Yeah.
to know. Because
hmm
we're thinking American Indian, native. Nope, but you said Indian, right?
Think it's
From
India,
India. Okay. Yeah.
and I can see it.
Yeah, I can too.
I can see in
She's
her.
a privileged elite in
Mhm.
Hinduism accent case.
So India from over in India.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So she's
And
very ethnic, and
yeah, and
she's
I didn't realize that she was from Oakland, California.
okay. That's why.
Oakland, California, October 20th.
Okay, October 20th is her birthday. Oh,
Yep,
she's a Libra.
1964. Yep,
The day my
1964.
mother's birthday is the 19th, so she's a day after. Okay.
Yeah, it says her mother moved to the United States from India
hmm
when she was 19 years old and graduated in 1958,
Okay.
and who's worked on the progesterone receptor gene stimulated advances in breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
So, huh?
A
Okay.
woman of prestige, a educated woman.
Yeah.
I the one thing is kind of irks me. Everybody
Mhm.
has a past, like I said,
Right.
and Kamala did have a past,
Yeah.
not so good to the
Black
eyes of
black
the
men.
minority men, black and brown, that
Mhm.
were in their life of crime.
Right.
Don't forget, they were in their life of crime.
Mhm.
They got caught, as you may say, and sentenced to a high severity level, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
So, I mean, that was her job.
Mhm.
A lot of prosecutors that worked and defense that work for the state,
Right.
you have to adhere to what the state wants you to do. It's
Yeah.
not like you're working for yourself, especially as a prosecution, right? So
Right.
They do wheels and deals with it amongst each other. Go, out to dinner and eat and talk about cases and who they gonna slam harder than the next.
Mm-hmm.
Who they gonna trade off just like they do with Russia and United States, which prisoners we're gonna trade off and all so forth. You know what I'm saying? So everything is a negotiation.
Right.
Come down to these politicians and lawyers and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
you gotta understand that's people's job.
That's their past. Everybody has a past. Ain't no squeaky clean. And I don't know. It seems like America is the one that looks for these. Everything has to be non-felon. You can't be have a background. All of that. What is that about? I don't get that.
No, because even if you do, if you're a felon, you know what I'm saying, that don't mean you're incompetent to be work or better yourself to change your life for the better.
Or
You
the
know what
ways of the people. What's
I'm saying?
best for
Right.
the people. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So we're
They
dealing with
said she
people
was
who we're
in 2010. She was the first African American female to be
hmm
elected Attorney General of California.
hmm the first.
Yeah,
So you're gonna have some haters gonna get
yeah,
mad because you had this high position.
yeah,
Try to be for them. They might have applied up 10, 20 times before, you know what I'm saying, and
yeah.
has not gotten it. So it's always something. But what did Mr. Joe Brown say about this young lady?
So yeah, let's go to the first interview of Mr. Joe Brown. He
And Joe
spoke.
Brown is a judge in California.
Yep.
He started off as an attorney.
Hmm.
He has a show.
He has the judge show. So
Yes.
I want to just play a little clipping so we can discuss what the mean thing he said.
Yeah, it was
Well, I
very.
want to ask you about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her? She's a piece of shit. I was in California. She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than researching. I was out in California for 15 years doing my show when she was
Wow.
at a peak, and she had a reputation amongst the trial lawyers of being lazy. She just
Mm,
hiked her skirt up and try to flirt, and she wasn't that good in the courtroom, if not pretty bad in the courtroom.
Okay, let's stop right there.
So I'm not.
Let's stop right there. So that's his opinion
it is his opinion.
on her.
Hmm.
My thing is, if she wasn't as good in the courtroom, how did she win? So
Exactly.
here's another situation where we're having the black men constantly attack, right? You say she's not, they say she's not black, but you have them constantly attacking even a woman.
A woman.
What is it about the women that's not winning? Because every single company, they even stated it,
They have
every
women
single
leading
company that
as
they
lead.
have has a black woman represented somewhere that they
Yes.
need in
Yes.
the company. So just for the mere fact that we're winning just like never before financially, right? Let's
Hmm.
start
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
Financially, the corporate black woman is excelling even the
Yeah.
white men, right? Now, the reason why that comes into state as well, here he is being disrespectful,
Right.
right? And like we're saying, that's his opinion. But this is a woman that generated $81 million in a 48 hour period. That
Yes.
shows you how important she is to be in position.
It's very important.
Yeah, and it's sad that you still have you don't you hear the white men talking about her as well, right?
Hmm.
Mostly the Republican guys, right?
Right.
But the extent and the voice of the black man constantly degrading her,
It's really
it's so
sad.
disrespectful to him and his inner ancestry that he should be ashamed of himself to even be on the level that he's on, Mr. Joe Brown, that on the level you are in much respect, that you take it upon yourself to use just your voice. It's not even, he's on somebody else's platform.
Yeah.
Speaking, right? He's on the other podcast speaking, and let me.
But the thing is, he's saying she
The Art of Dialogue podcast is what
the Art of Dialogue.
Yes.
He's stating how she used her sex pretty much to go higher in the level of the
that was the
and hiking her
she was lazy and that she flirts. That was their
okay,
title.
What have you done, sir, in your past for you to be where you at?
Yes, it only takes for somebody to not like you to come out and say what you are, what you were, right? Prior to you being this big person, this big elite. I think that
was very disrespectful.
That was too low.
He could have kept that to himself.
That was too low. Another person that that burned my butt, right? That he's been in the news like extremely disrespecting women, and he just don't have no respect for women.
No, he don't. Women
right?
at all.
We want to say Mr. Charleston White because he's married. And it's like, where's your wife? And this is from the Say Cheese podcast, right?
He let his wife let him talk like this recklessly, and she should be checking.
Now listen to what he says about black women.
You ready to make history with this one? I'm say, listen, I'm changing my vote. I'm going with Kamala.
Oh.
I done had a long talk with God in the shower.
Hear why he said he is.
Yeah, and we had a walk in the Garden of Eden. And yeah, he showed me where Kamala followed a little bit more instruction than the average black woman. She got a white man.
Damn, you asked about your post yesterday.
Well, I wouldn't dare vote for a black woman, but she ain't a black woman.
Wow.
So I ain't doing nothing wrong voting for her. Black women don't know how to mind, and they don't know how to follow instructions. And they don't know how to sit down and be corrected. As a president, you got to be corrected. Black women can't be corrected. The preacher can't even correct them. God can't even correct them.
Really?
You really got to beat black women.
Not that bad. Damn, he said you got to beat black women to listen.
Yes, he did.
You got this on camera. Man, please, because you really got to beat black women. Every nigga I know got to damn near whoop his hoe for a black woman to listen. You can't say, shut up. God damn. She come out the room, won't know who you calling them. Man, the mother girl, shut up.
So wait, how do you change that 24 hours later?
So how do you as a black man, why are you married to a black woman? His wife is black, his kids are black.
Right. And his kids are listening to this garbage, this messy
his bitter
very
bitterness
is
over the top.
He has something going on from his childhood that is so bad that he has not even.
Did grandma beat him? Did grandma beat him? Did
abandon him? Somebody, left him in a basket on the side of the road, and something. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sad that he has to talk about black women like this. It's so disrespectful that and you got black children, black daughters. Does he have any daughters or sons?
Yeah, he has a daughter and a son. Now they say, as a man, the color is not even involved. As a man, the way you treat what's precious and dear to you will be disrespected on every level, on the highest level, according to how you treat
people. Yeah,
people. And your karma will return.
Oh, for sure.
For the words. That's why you got to watch your tongue.
You have to watch your words.
Watch your attitude. Watch everything that you do, because it will go back.
Oh, it's going to look.
Go back.
Karma's going to bite him in the butt, girl. You walked in the Garden of Eden. And God showed, boy, bye. Go.
Charleston White really... I don't even know if he likes women at all.
He might. I don't think so.
I mean, because the way that he talks, you say, oh, because we're standing up for ourselves.
Right.
If we're standing up for ourselves, any kind of defense is just shut up and be quiet. Just be there, lay there. Just serve me.
Maybe that's what his wife does.
I got a feeling that the wife gets down on him. I just feel that. I feel like his wife gets down on him. I don't think that his wife, Charleston White's wife, is a little lamb. any woman dealing with the tongue lashing that he gives and how he is, I've never heard him speak with expertise
No,
or eliteness
no,
or kindness
no.
on anybody.
Straight ghetto.
And it's not even the ghetto, because the ghetto, we're of the ghetto.
Right.
The ghetto is kind, cool, loving,
Yeah.
accepting, embracing. I don't hear that ever from from his platform ever.
His
I never
mental,
heard him stand up and speak up for how well
a
and
woman.
how nurturing he wants to be loved, or
Right.
how he provides that love
Love
to
for
his
others.
wife.
Yeah.
I don't understand his narrative or his mission or vision of what he does, except hate,
Exactly.
except evil, except spew constantly
Mm-hmm.
vicious words.
Vicious. Oh my
I
God.
mean, damn, we can't get no kind of love, nothing.
No
We can't
love.
get
Maybe
no
we
kind
should
of
ask him, can
encouragement.
we get some type of love? Who of a woman that you look up to, please? Charleston.
Right, that you inspire. I've never, and I've watched him because his voice is loud. You can't help it. You're gonna see it come down your algorithm. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna constantly come. So when you watch and you listen to see if he says anything, can I get educated over here?
Mm-hmm.
Did this fill up my soul any? Did this help me put me onto some game, put me onto some money?
Right.
Um, did this teach me anything for me to, you know, embrace from him to teach my kids? Like what? I
Mm-hmm.
never ever, Mr. Charleston White, ever seen you or heard you say
Something nice.
anything. And then I'll play devil's advocate for him and Mr. Joe Brown. If these are the things that we as black women need, you want us to change, you obviously do, because you're constantly talking about what we ain't, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And if your opinion didn't matter, nobody would be listening or watching. So it matters. We're just trying to figure out. We just want to know, why is it so harsh on us?
Right.
Tell us what
I
we should be doing. Tell us what you would like to
like
see.
to see.
What kind
I
of
would like
women?
to know that.
Because at
I would like to
at
know that.
some point,
Mm-hmm.
his eyes wander. His eye, every man, married or single, that
Yes.
wonder. So what would you like to see more of? You say
Mhm.
he hates. That's really strong too,
That's
to
a
say you
strong.
hate a child, right? Sexy Red is a child to him. He
Mm.
can't stand her. He
Mm.
hates the Dirks and all of that. You know, you see that clip constantly go around to where he talks down
Wow.
about the younger people, and then about black women, right?
Right.
I would want him to, I just would like to hear anything encouraging, right?
Yeah.
Anything respectful when it comes to us, because I'm a black woman.
Yeah.
Because if I was on here man bashing, black man bashing, he would probably have a whole clip,
Oh yeah.
a whole episode of
Mm-hmm.
what I ain't and what he heard about I ain't, and he would probably get a whole
Right.
911 about my past, all of that. So yeah, that's all we
Oh
want.
my
Not
God.
so not
Yes.
so. Let's keep it a little light on Kamala, and let's just see what
Yes.
she could do.
Help her
Because
out.
and to switch gears over to the Republicans, right? Mitt Romney, right,
Mm-hmm.
is a prior
V. You know,
what was
cabinet.
he?
He's the
What was he?
part
Was
of the cabinet, Republican cabinet.
Yeah.
Um.
And
Mm-hmm.
so he is saying that he is very, very disappointed in Trump. Let me go to that clip to where he talked about how Trump has destroyed the Republican Party, how
Mm.
he has disrespected everything as far as the Republicans.
Oh wow. He's
He
not the
is,
only one saying this. It's other Republicans saying the same thing, especially when that insurrection happened in January 6th.
yeah, oh, he's upset
Oh,
about that.
You have really crossed the line when you're not for the country when you did that, when you insurrected that, when you encouraged that. I have never in my life ever seen somebody want to disrespect the capital
The
in my
white, the highest house of the
yeah.
United
Girl, you
States.
wouldn't even want to spit on the ground over there.
You see your, as a child, you say that's the place to be, right? That's the
Yeah.
best place to get and mingle up in
Yes.
there, right?
Hmm.
You'll never be broke. You'll have all access to everything just to be a
Hmm.
part of any part of the
It's
White House,
history.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is a
Very
clip
historical.
here. This is
Let's
a
turn to
clipping that
those
he has
comments
stated
that
about
we just played by
Donald
former
Trump.
President
So
Donald
that's
Trump.
it.
As you heard, he said he would not be a dictator except for day one. At an event in New York last night, he tried to downplay that. But what was your reaction to hearing those words, Senator? Do you believe him?
You know, when I was a kid, there was something called a gumball machine. You could put a penny in and a gumball would come out. It was automatic. There was no filter. Put in the penny, out came the gumball. Donald Trump is kind of a human gumball machine, which is a thought or a notion comes in and it comes out of his mouth. There's not a lot of filter that goes on. There's not a lot of what's the implication. No, he just says whatever. I don't attach an enormous amount of impact to the particular words that come out and trying to evaluate each one of them. I do think you can look at his record as president, and particularly in the last months of his presidency, and say, this is a dangerous approach. It's an authoritarian approach. That gives me far more concern than him playing to the crowd as he did. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and
Authoritative. Yes. He
So
wants
that was
to
from
be.
NBC News. So
Okay.
give them their credit. That was a clipping from December 10th, 2023, right? And he was in another interview stating that he just didn't like in February 2024 he had, that was a longer one, but I'll just read what he said. He's upset because he said that in the upcoming election, he said that he doesn't like the foreign policy of it, right? He doesn't like the fact that how he is interacting with foreign exchange. He doesn't like that. He feels like it's disrespectful for him to have the ties that the communication that he's having with other countries. So it's kind of like a sense of betrayal. He didn't like you said, the January 6th situation. He said that's, he's leading into a war.
Yeah.
Amongst us, though.
Amongst
the people. We're divided. We're dividing even more.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a war between, it's not even, you can't even say black and white. It's black on black, white on white, black and white. It's sad because, you talk to people about, they might say something about who you're going to vote for. And, I try not to even want to talk about it now to a point that your own people, friends or family, they get mad at you because what you're talking about, what you're voicing your opinion about. And it's sad that people go so in on this election trying to figure out who to vote for and downplaying people's actions. You see their actions and how they operated in the past, how they're operating now, and you still overlook it. You kind of throw a deaf ear because of, I don't know, some of them say monetary, making the country move forward, business like, and I understand that, but I don't know. We need to use more sense, and more logic, and try to understand what we're reading, because some people think that Project 2025 is.
Well, they have the Democrats having a whole nother they're introducing a whole nother bill to the Project 2025, right? A lot of people is expecting some type of reparations and things like that, right? Their black people are looking for I just say unrealistic things because I mean, yeah, we hope to get reparations, right? Because
Mhm.
the natives have been getting a lot of things
Mhm.
lately that they're not really talking about, right?
Right.
Um, they've been getting things that they're supposed to get, so there
Right.
has not been nothing. There's nothing in the bills at all for Black people. They are so threatened and scared for the unity and the things that we bring as a whole. They continue to use us,
Yeah.
and it's like we're allowing it to
Mhm.
happen. You know,
Mhm.
all you
Mhm.
got to do is have a little bit of discipline, and we will get the things that we need. But until then that happens, I don't know. There's really
Right.
not a voice out here that's
Mhm.
that's going to unify
Mhm.
just us as a people, because so many people are divided. You still have Farrakhan, and then you have people, Dr. Umar, and then you
Yeah.
have the 19 Keys, and you have some Angela Rye, and I forget the other girl, Ebony, the girl Ebony, Lady
Yeah.
Ebony. Yeah.
Mhm.
So then you have all these things, you have some unity, and then a host of other cultures that unite with us, right?
Mhm.
But you don't have a big percentage of us that's
Mm-mm.
riding for. Give us what we're due. Okay, what are you
Yeah.
going to do? Show us ahead of time before you're in office. Make something shift and change
Yeah.
before
Shake
you
something.
get in. Because I'm not really feeling voting for anybody. I'm
Right.
still I'm still on that. I'm still not
Mhm. Mhm.
voting for nobody. Like,
Right.
I want to, but I mean, I'm still not. So
Right. I understand that.
on
But
a
yeah.
lighter note, as far as light is, somebody being released, Mr. R. Kelly.
Oh yes, but R. Kelly. So he's filed an appeal to his federal sex crimes convictions in the Supreme Court on Tuesday, right?
Yep.
So he's hoping to get it tossed out due to statute of limitations. So he got a 30-year sentence on this charge for sex trafficking in 2021.
Hmm.
The statute of limitations changed back in, was it the 90s? The Protect Act.
Yeah, to protect that in
Yeah,
2003.
2003, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was the,
2000.
but his crimes, they charged him with crimes before that, the 90s ones. It says statute of
Oh,
limitation. So
so check.
those were under statute of limitation. That should have been not even brought up, heard of anymore. So he should not only been charged with anything that happened after 2003. So they brought these factors up during trial, but the judge and prosecution ignored it.
Oh, okay. So it said that in 2000 and oh shit, in 2002 was when the act happened with a 14-year-old as named Jane. She was
Mhm,
14 years old, and he recorded them having sex, right? When
mhm,
she was 14.
mhm.
Now, uh when she was 14, so then she's 25 now, right? And I mean, excuse me, she was 25 in 2009,
Mhm.
right? And the embarrassment of, because someone had showed that recording.
Wasn't that the
um
recording of the niece, right?
yeah, and
Uh-huh.
two
And he
other
put it
women.
on. Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
she never came to court on that. She said it wasn't her. So
Yeah,
they
she
threw it, they
continued to say it
acquitted.
wasn't her till she became an adult. Somebody
Right.
pressured her, right?
Mhm.
So as a child, you could tell the auntie and the mom and them, they were paid off. They said, don't
Right.
say anything, right?
Mhm.
They hid her.
Mhm.
They hid her. They couldn't find her until
Right.
she was an adult, right?
Mhm.
So now she want she wants some type of justice, put it like that. And so understood of R. Kelly fighting for the older cases that would knock him down probably half his sentence, and then he
Right.
probably could be released. Because what he been gone now, what, 5 years?
Almost, yeah, pretty much. About five
Okay,
years.
so
Right before,
he
right around
probably,
COVID.
right, so he probably would do maybe another 2-3 years,
Maybe.
Yeah. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna I could see them overturning.
Yeah, me
I
too.
can see them overturning some things. Here's the thing. R. Kelly's such a high elite, as you guys need. You can see that.
Yeah,
R. Kelly is so talented,
very tough.
to the point where the record companies wouldn't want him to leave the earth because of his talent, right? But they still want to strip him of everything that he owns, right? So
Yeah.
they can control him in that,
Control
right?
and gain monetary assets. We
There
ain't
you
gonna
go,
forget about
Shotty.
that.
There you go. Right. That is so right.
Ah,
And for the simple fact that he hasn't went broke since he's been in there is a great thing,
yeah,
because
it is.
now they would say, we're just we shouldn't be on a pedophile side or raper side or whatever. We're not. We're just stating the facts of what we've heard in trial
Yeah,
and the
trial.
things
Yep.
that people say. From what we heard, nobody was pressured to do anything. Everybody went willingly.
Willingly, and they were not held hostage like they said, because they
Yeah,
was coming and going, leaving and going to concerts, going out to eat and all that stuff. They could have left from that point on, but
exactly.
I guess they were probably brainwashed by the luxury, the
The
fame,
lifestyle.
the
The
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
Oh, with
The
R.
lifestyle.
Kelly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we want to end with Young Thugger.
Oh,
He
poor
got
guy.
denied his bond.
Sad.
The new judge stated that he's still his influence is super huge, and he isn't it wouldn't serve the community. All his they spewed his community ties
Mm-hmm.
and everything. They talked about that. They
Sad.
wouldn't what should I say, they wouldn't release him because of his connection. Put
The
it like
whole thing is, it's not like he's not going to come to court. I'm quite sure he's going to come to court. He's not. He can't go anywhere. He doesn't have his passport or anything like that. Let that man out, get some fresh air, uh, work like he want. I'm quite sure he wants to make some money. You know what I'm saying? And let
right.
him come back and fight his case from outside the walls.
Right. Yes,
Y'all want him to
definitely.
sit in there, pressure him, and until he fold and say, "Just give me that time." That's what they want. That's what they
Right.
want. Let him, because that's 9 times out of 10 people plead out because they tired
Yeah,
of
they
sitting,
do.
tired of sitting. But he's doing really good. He holding on strong. Look, I couldn't hold
Okay,
on
R.
like
Kelly.
in the county. I couldn't hold on that long.
Right.
3 years. She would have said, "Give me that time." How much time y'all talking about? So I go sit comfortably,
And
have my
he
boom
made
boom and
look,
wham wham.
he made he made like extreme just I'm just saying the amount of money. This we went back and looking in his catalog and the things that
Right.
people he written for and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Like, come on now. Like he has really done it out here. So
Right.
I
Mm-hmm.
would like him to see some justice in some kind of way.
Yes,
You know what
most
I'm saying?
definitely.
Nobody died.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't as far as them saying that, the traumatic things, you were there willingly, honey.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were there. And the 14-year-old girl, that wasn't her first ride.
No, it wasn't.
That was not. That was
Mm-mm.
not. She was more professional than I seen.
Yes, in that
Go.
video, baby. I thought she was 20
Yeah,
some years old.
yeah. And then you didn't know, because actually you did not know until she turned around and you
And look at
seen
her
her
face.
her
The
her
little boob.
breasts were
Mhm.
child. Her
Yep.
face wasn't even a child. Her
Yeah.
breasts were
That
child.
breast. Yeah.
So then when they said later, oh, she was 14-year-old, well, what was she doing something since she was 10? Because she was professional. I'm
I'm
serious.
done with
Like
you,
that
girl.
was,
Go.
yeah,
Fold them up.
yeah. and
Oh,
not to really, disrespect her, but I mean it was there. The way that she performed like an adult. Period.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, make
Yes.
sure
Thank
y'all
you.
catch up with us on Wednesdays
Yes. See
at
y'all
6
guys.
p.m.
Yes.
and see
Okay.
us again Friday. 6 p.m. Thanks for checking us out. Meet the Shoe.
Thank you, guys.